Sheriff Udell, and he's gonna make an announcement or two.
Or two, that's the best part.
Or two, yeah. If you guys won't need him to move, go ahead and back up so they can actually see you.
How's that? This is where I should be.
Right here.
You know, I do take
Are we
some.
good, folks?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Don't mind me, just making a fire issue.
Why don't you do some tests?
Test. 1, 2, 3. You ready for the test? Retake. Great job. Why is the newspaper guy thinks about miking somebody?
You'll get some points for that, Don. We will have 2 people speaking, and we'll do a little bit of an intermission in between so we can change mics if you guys like. But go ahead and mic up Udell as much.
Why not? Why not? Let's just do it. Let's just put both of them in this pocket. How's that?
We'll just switch the mic.
Yeah, that works.
If I give you a second mic.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. Well,
Then, yeah, this one's just a clip. It's no wire.
let's see here. Where should this go? How about right here?
Thank you so much.
I'm wired.
We should keep people up front too if you want. They won't bite, I promise.
So Kelly, did you say? Oh, that's right. Because you need to mic him up.
In between, but you
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
We'll give them time, it's all right.
We can do some editing. How you doing?
Are you ready for your close setups? Okay, is everybody
Okay.
sound tested and we're good to go?
Yeah.
All right. Sheriff, it's all yours.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for coming today to this facility to hear what I have to say. And I got to say that when I was growing up, I never thought I'd ever say anything important enough that the media would show up for. But here you are, and I'm glad you're here because really the exciting stuff is coming a little bit later. But today, and I want to thank Jamin Muller and family for allowing us to use his room today. That was great. Jamin is a huge supporter of law enforcement around the county. So it is great that he just keeps going an extra step for us. But today, I'm here to talk about, I think, something that's been coming for almost 36 years now. I am announcing that I will not run for a 3rd term as sheriff. And that's a big deal. It even seemed kind of funny saying that. I've been doing this for so long, for so many what I think are great reasons, that it's kind of weird to think that I might eventually be stepping away from this. But at the end of 2026, I will be retiring from the Yakima County Sheriff's Office. I'll have nearly 37 years, and it will have been a very, very good run for me. You know, I went into law enforcement because my family's lived here since the 1890s. I've lived here. I've raised my family in this county. I've always thought it was really important to do what I could to make this place safer. And I think we've succeeded. I think we have done that. In my own personal career, I've been a deputy, a sergeant, a detective sergeant in detectives. I was an ORV deputy. I worked in the schools as a DARE officer. I was chief civil deputy, chief criminal deputy. I literally have done every single aspect of law enforcement, and it has been a good thing. The people I work with, though, have made it what it is for me. I have an amazing team. The men and women of the sheriff's office have made unbelievable contributions to this valley, and I am so happy that I have been a part of that. You know, I have never once, ever thought that I was in the wrong career. I never thought I was going to be in this career. I started with my dad farming, ended up doing this, and this has been an amazing journey for me. And I am so proud of the people that I work with and the job that they do. The Yakima County Sheriff's Office has been a leader in the last decade with the radio project, with the regional SWAT team, been instrumental in standing up the local crime lab, not even to mention all the things we've done internally with the policy manuals and the accountability, all the things we've done to make us a great organization that I'm super proud of. And we succeeded because of the people we work with. It's been that good. I can't even believe I've been that lucky. I am probably the luckiest sheriff on the face of the planet. So it is going to be kind of sad to leave. I will admit, it is going to be tough to walk out that door for the last time. They take away my card key, and I know I'll have to ring the buzzer to get in going forward. But also today is some excitement because it's about the future of the sheriff's office. Where is the sheriff's office going to go after me and the rest of the people that work there? And that's what's so exciting. When I came into office, I had two things that I really was important to me. Number one, I wanted to leave the sheriff's office better than I found it. Number two, I wanted to have a sheriff, a leader that followed me that was better than me. Someone who had different skill sets, someone that can take it to a different place. We're here, and I know that there's so much opportunity. And that guy is Lieutenant Jake Church. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Jake Church before you get to see him. Jake Church came to us from the Toppenish PD several years ago. He had, 14, 15 years there at the Toppenish Police Department. He came to us. He's been with us at least a decade. He's been patrol deputy. He was God's best SRO out of East Valley. When he quit there, I think they're going to put up a statute for him. It was crazy. He was in detectives. He was a sergeant on patrol, and then finally a lieutenant. Right now, he is the administrative lieutenant for the sheriff's office. He's in charge of our policy manual, which is, that's the Bible for law enforcement, and also a job no one really likes to do, internal complaints. And he has actually rocked that position. He's been great. He's fair. He's consistent. He is that guy. He's provided all sorts of leadership in every position he's been in. I knew several years ago that this was a guy that had lots of potential. Just not for the sheriff's office, though, for the entire community. This is extremely exciting for me to introduce Jake Church, a guy who always does the right thing. That's pretty rare, isn't it? Always does the right thing. So I'd like to introduce my endorsed pick for the next Yakima County Sheriff, Lieutenant Jake Church.
So do we need to change mics or are we good?
We have an intermission.
Yeah. You guys want to
Sure.
I'm very brief though.
Jake, talk as much as you want. I generally do. I was going to give you my car keys. All right.
Are you planning on still saying a few things, Bob?
Yes.
Okay, then you can keep your mic.
We joined the same one. We don't do it yet. That's my collar.
All right. I lost the mic.
Oh, jeez. Sorry, bro.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. So
Go ahead and put that.
clip it.
This one can go on anywhere. I usually
Okay.
like that text.
All right. I can do it. Okay. This is pockets.
You know, if you squint, it looks like a black man.
How you
That's
doing?
that?
Yeah, we're building.
Good to see you.
Do you want this where?
This one could probably just go like there.
I'm probably not going away.
The best.
Oh, yes.
It's been a good run. I really enjoyed this. Yes.
Perfect. All right.
Pocket. Okay. All right.
He does. He has a great sense of humor, so he'll keep it in it. You want whole agencies like that. We have it's a fun agency. You know, when we have to, it gets serious, obviously. But it's the good people. It's our culture.
But yeah, but I think that you have to give it great. Any next before we should go?
Don't stop moving for too long.
I'll keep breathing just in case.
You are good at enough today, so we're in the right spot.
No, not that architecture. No. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I do. Yeah, I didn't mention this, but we'll see if there's another avenue for me to be involved with the county. We'll see. Yeah. That is true. That is true. Is that you okay?
Yes.
See, I'm on the spot.
Not bad. Kids, everybody ready?
All right.
Okay, go for it, Jake.
All right, here we go. So I first just want to start by saying thank you to the sheriff. I usually say that I'm definitely not as entertaining as him, but usually I'm quicker. So we'll get started with that. Sheriff Udell, start off with talking a bit about the sheriff. You know, Sheriff Udell's been working with the sheriff's office, as he said, for over 35 years and will continue to do so. I remember one of the first things that he told me when I was a new supervisor of the sheriff's office was that he wanted our office to be the most respected and the best law enforcement agency in Yakima County. And I think, I'm biased, but I think he's probably gotten us there. You know, since 2019, the sheriff has led with great leadership. He's led with integrity and has incorporated accountability into our agency. And as we've seen today, he captivates an audience with his funny stories and his jokes, but he also has a communication style that when he's relaying his message or his ideas, you know, it really is in a way that people can relate and understand. Anybody who's worked with the sheriff's office over the past, during his tenure, anybody has worked with us knows that he's been an integral part of improving the culture of our agency and how we operate internally. You know, he embodies the family atmosphere and really is an expert at building relationships. I'm honored and proud and humbled to have his endorsement as I look to fill his shoes. I also believe that one of the most important things in law enforcement is building relationships. Excuse me. Because as we build relationships, we can't help but become more transparent, which helps us operate in a way that really helps us embody the sheriff's office philosophy of Team Green. And one of the things moving forward one of the goals that I will have moving forward is also something the sheriff has looked at doing his entire career and his tenure as a sheriff, and that is reducing violent crime in Yakima County. You know, we will continue to collaborate on those efforts. As we all know, Yakima County is a great place to live and work. My wife and I have raised our family here, and want to be a part of the future, and we'll work tirelessly, to basically to meet that goal and reduce violent crime. In order to be successful there, though, we will need all of our cooperation and a concerted effort from our law enforcement partners, and especially the community members. To be successful, we all will need to want to have that change. And as we work toward building these partnerships and towards that common goal, we will focus on what's important to reach our goals. Sheriff Udell has many successes with Yakima County, with the Yakima County Sheriff's Office, and he's put us on the path to many, many more. And I applaud him for his efforts and thank him. As sheriff, I will continue that effort by mentoring the people of the Yakima County Sheriff's Office and focusing on what's important to help meet our goals and mission. And someday, when it's my turn to retire, somebody will be prepared to take my place to ensure that we will continue on our mission to enhance public safety with integrity and professionalism. Thank you very much. And I again want to say thank you to Sheriff Udell. Without his support, mentorship, and, being a guy that I will look up to, I'll probably always call you Sheriff, even when you're not. But I'm glad we have you for another year. So, and thank you again to Jane Moeller and families for having us here today. Thank you very much. Sheriff back.
Anybody have any questions?
Do you have any specific plans for what you'd like to do in the sheriff's office?
I guess for me, moving forward, the sheriff has made a lot of changes with the agency when it comes to how we operate internally. Everything is always about public safety, right? And our goal, at its core, the goal that the role of the sheriff's office is to provide for public safety. Our mission, as I said, is to enhance public safety through integrity and professionalism. And so for me, all the decisions made will be my focus, public safety. Sheriff.
Were you always planning to run for sheriff, or did Mr. Udell come to you one day and say, hey, I think you should be the sheriff?
Oh, that's kind of a funny story how that started. When I began my my time living in Yakima County, I started here as a high school ag teacher in Sunnyside back in 1997. Ended up becoming a police officer in 2000, but I never really thought I'd be running for sheriff. But the more I worked with the agency, the more I worked with Sheriff Udell and for the county, I understood the importance of the role and the importance the sheriff's office plays for public safety in Yakima County. So it made me want to be a part of it. And so he was definitely a big part of my decision to go down that road.
Yeah, and I know that you mentioned that reducing violent crime is a huge thing for you, but what are some of the other things that you're kind of really hoping to do as you become sheriff?
I think like what we were talking about, what I talked about when I was saying is, building relationships with everybody in the community. It could be the prosecutor's office, schools, faith groups. It's going to take, like everybody says, it takes a village to improve public safety. Staffing is always an issue in law enforcement in the entire state of Washington. So working together is the only real way that we're going to make progress. And moving forward, that's going to be something that I will definitely work toward doing.
And then I know that the sheriff mentioned that his two goals going into the job were that, he wanted to make it a better place before he left and also to, pick a great successor. So do you kind of have those same goals or, what do you think about those?
Now, his goals are excellent, and I would say there's no doubt in my mind that he did make it better than when he started. That would also be a goal of mine, of course. You always want to improve. He's done so much. We always can do things, and picking a successor, picking or preparing somebody to be the next sheriff, or making sure that the next person being involved is super important because of really the great role that the office plays in public safety for the county and everything else. So that is an important goal as well.
Do you guys have any questions for Sheriff Udell? If not, you can kind of go through.
Bob,
Yeah, let's
what made you decide to retire now?
Even though I've gotten older, I still have I have a kind of a youthful outlook on life, but I think it's extremely healthy for agencies to turn over the top leadership on a regular basis. And I've seen leaders of any entity that stay a little too long, they get stagnant. Maybe they were great when they were younger, but it's healthy to move through leaders. I will have had 2 terms. I think that's a healthy amount of time. It allowed me to hit my goals, and I know that Lieutenant Church is going to have his goals, and he's just going to take us higher. So I think it was a good time. It was a very good time for me. It's a good time for him. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to be here in Yakima. I will still be looking for opportunities to serve this community. It's pretty dang important to me. Those that have heard me speak before, we talk about how my wife and I, we travel all over the place on a motorcycle. Every time we come back to Yakima County, we drive over into Toppenish. We realize what a great place this is. This is fantastic. And we're not going to abandon that. There's a lot of opportunity here.
I have a question for you, Lieutenant Church. Are there any, when you're running for office, are there any state policies that you would like to see changed that you would be running on?
I think at this point, that is a valid question. I like the question. I do want to focus today on, it's about, I will have a couple conversation on that kind of thing in the future, but today we want to focus on the sheriff's retirement and the future of Yakima County.
Are there any changes you would like to see made, having 36 years of experience and love for the community?
Oh, there's a lot of stuff. It's funny, and I've even had to have my own staff come to me because we'll fix something, make an improvement, we'll take a step forward, And almost immediately, that seems like it's behind me and I'm looking at the next issue, the next problem. It never fails. There is a lot of things. Law enforcement right now, especially in this state, in this county, has got a lot of opportunities to do better. You get from staffing to the way we do business, different building relationships. You heard Lieutenant Church talk about that. He's going to be the perfect guy for that. He is going to be awesome at building those relationships because we're all too small to do this by ourselves. There's a lot of internal things that he'll talk more about his ideas, but I feel like the agency, we've come to here, and there's a whole lot of room to grow. And that's exciting. I'm excited to come back in a few years and see what he's done.
And what would you say has been your greatest achievement as sheriff?
Well, that's a tough question because there's a lot of things. Relationships. I was very, very, very big on relationships. And through relationships, what did we get? The public passenger radio system. That was long overdue. It's huge for us. All the police departments and the sheriff's office came together for the crime lab. For the first time ever, we have a regional SWAT team. Those are all things that have happened while I've been sheriff, and it's been great. Those are levels of collaboration this county's never seen. In the past, this county suffered from a little bit of some kingdom and siloing. Very human to do it that way. And I knew that really the only way we're going to move forward is to work together. And that's why I'm so excited about Jake, because he is so well respected inside the agency. He's just not my pick. He's the agency's pick to lead them. And that's huge.
Any more questions? Awesome, you guys are great. There's still donuts left. I'm sure the KIMA crew would love it if you guys would actually take some. Here's the press release will go out at noon today because you guys showed up. You're getting it early, so thank you.
Right on. Yes. Thanks, Dawn.